Hi everybody, it is Sharon from Vivid Days, and this video is me sharing my process on, this is called the Royal theme. And on this one you're going to see me create a keyring. You could turn them into fridge magnets. Or you can just incorporate them in art anyway. But I'm really loving this colour scheme. I hope you enjoy it. And I have got a few more pieces coming out in this colour theme. Yeah, so I hope you're going to enjoy them. But thumbs up, subscribe, share, comments are always welcome. I hope wherever you are in the world, you are safe and well. And please don't forget to leave me a comment on what you think to this video. It's nice to be playing with resin again, especially with shorter hair, so I'm less likely to get my hair in there. But I am in this tiny apartment that's somebody else's, and I do miss my art studio, and I'm having to think differently and creatively on how I can create some resin. One, without ruining somebody else's house, and two, I don't have all the supplies with me, and three, I've got very small space to work in. So I went to Bunnings, yay, got myself lots of big tubs, so I can only create pieces of art that are going to fit in a tub, so I can put the lid on it to seal it so I'm not smelling it, because I can only create it in my bedroom. Anyway, I'm Sharon, I digressed. See you in the next video. Bye bye. This silicone mould was from Amazon. It's one that was designed for keyrings, miniature plaques. You could even turn it into a magnet. I'm just applying my gold metal flakes with a brush, and I'm going to delicately apply it to the sides. Originally my intention was just to have the edges, but I just felt like going organic and have a few little splashes here. I just wanted to reconnect with resin and my projects and just go with the flow, and I encourage you to do that with any resin projects or artwork. Have something in mind, but be willing to go on a journey with it and be willing to change it a split second. The resin I'm working with for this project is Pixis, P-I-X-I-S-S diamond resin. I haven't worked with this before, so a great way to understand the resin is to complete a project that involves a silicone mould. It gives you a little bit more control and a little bit of understanding. I applied my casting craft white to this. I believe it was about 8 drops because I wanted it to be fairly opaque. You can still see that there's a little bit of transparency in there with that gold leaf showing through. The reason I went with white is I wasn't too sure where this project was going to go, and I wanted to have a solid base. If I'd have applied my pigments now while the casting craft was wet, I could have probably got some nice effects, but I didn't want that for this piece. I'm gently going around the edge, trying to make sure there's no air bubbles in there, but also trying not to ruin my silicone mould with scratches. The total resin mixed up so far was just 100 ml for the base, which is what the white went into the casting craft, and evenly distributed it out. I also let it cure for 12 hours, and now I'm coming in ready for my next layer. Now I mixed up 200 ml of resin. There wasn't too much left over. I did put it into a tiny little mould that I've got separately, but it was amazing. They're quite deep, these particular moulds, so it did absorb quite a bit of resin. The colours I'm using, the black was from a Limino, and that was a resin colorant, so a resin dye, and it was highly concentrated. The gold I am applying now, again, all of these I've not worked with before. This one is a Litterby, Littarby, a metallic powder, and the colour is antique gold. I am then going to come in with my chameleon powder, and in my chameleon powder, this is a blue green, and I absolutely love that colour. The way these three colours interacted together and the different effects you can apply by putting them on in a certain order is just blowing my mind. And that's why I'm doing a collection of the royal theme. So watch out, there's going to be quite a few resin projects coming this way. or should I say your way, and showing some different things you can do with these colours. Now I got my inspiration from that with the leftovers. They were in a cup and I put what leftover bits I had in one area, and I got to see some amazing effects that inspired me. Now the chameleon, because that is a powder, it's quite a transparent powder, so I had to put a little bit in there. You get a different effect compared to the dye, compared to the metallic. So I encourage you to experiment with different consistency pigments, powders or micas to see the different effects you can get. I wasn't too sure how I wanted this to look, but I was inspired by the bookmarks that I did, the Queen of Heart ones a year ago, and sometimes the simple is best. I wasn't too sure if I wanted it to be more dominant with blue or black or gold, and so I let the resin take me on a journey. I come in with a little bit of clear now, and that adds a little bit of depth because it sinks some of that pigment, and then I get my skewer and I start to create some effects. The only thing missing towards the end of when I'm mixing my stick, I just come in and do 2 swirls at the top and at the bottom, and that to me adds so much value, and it looked quite elegant, like an emblem, a royal emblem. Anyway, I'll leave you to watch the rest of the video, and I'll come in and do a little bit of commentary to put my teeth in, Sharon, in a little while. "24 hours later, my resin cured exactly how I'd left it the night before, which is the benefit of waiting until it's nearly cured before you start doing your design. I mix up 75 mils of resin and I add some Unicorn Art Crushed Crystal Mica, Magical Mica Pigment Enhancer to my resin, just to help give that little bit of pop. When doming, you've just got to be careful, go slow and steady. I wait until my resin is going to start to cure. That way when you apply it, it's not going to be too runny and it should control the doming. I still feel I could have pushed it a little bit further, but I will wait on that and see how I feel in a week. And if I still feel that it will add value to just take the doming a little bit higher, I will do. But I'm mindful that they're quite thick silicone molds, and so for a key ring, I just don't want it to be overkill. Now for magnets, I would definitely push it all the way. Very soon you'll see me apply a little bit of heat just at the top of the resin. It doesn't make contact with it, but just holding that flame slightly above it helps those bubbles pop. Don't make contact or you will burn your resin. It's time for reveal time. The light doesn't do the glitter and these pigments and the colour justice, but towards the end I'll put it under a light and you'll get to see that glitter. Now, one thing I would improve on next time, you can see me rubbing the edges where the resin touched the gold leaf, it made it quite hard at the edges. So I'm going to come back and lightly sand those down and remove those. But next time I would take the care to remove anything from the top of the silicone mold, just to remove that additional thing that you're going to have to do with the sanding. Some little bit of tape down there would work beautifully, but I'm sure you'll already know ways of protecting your silicone molds. But how elegant and royal do those look? They are so interesting, and when you look deep in it, there's so much depth in that design. I love the roughness of the gold leafing around the edge. Looks like you found I don't know, an ancient jewel. And I still am happy with the white, but I think next time I would have kept it gold, or I would have put black on there. But like I said, I went on a journey, and these journeys inspire future and upcoming projects, or how you want to perfect them. So very happy with all of these. They definitely look put my teeth in, they belong together. And I hope you enjoy them. Remember, hashtag Sharon Lindley inspired me. If this colour schemes or what I'm working on inspires you, that would really help me. Thumbs up, subscribe, share, comments are always welcome. You know I love to interact with you. If you want to showcase your art, remember in the link there is a Facebook group to join. But look at that bling. It's a pleasure to be sharing resin with you again, and come back to see future projects and other art projects. Have a wonderful week. Sending you love, positive vibes, and remember to keep creative, but also give your loved ones a cuddle. Bye bye.